what happens on records, you feel that because those guys have great chemistry. And it's like, this guy might be a great player for this session, but how does he
communicate?
Affect culture?
Yeah, culture.
Wow. How does he affect the culture of this record?
Because
we in the red for an hour, but we here 10 hours.
And that record's going to speak forever.
It's going to speak forever.
Bishop.
And if I ain't feeling you like that, if we awkward and we sit down and try to create,
that's going to come out.
You're going to hear it. You're going to hear it. You're going to feel it. That's that sonic, piece in the room that you don't see, but it's there. It's like, I can't see it, but I sure feel that thing. And what is it? Let's even take it a step further.
Let's keep stepping.
I mean, because I want to talk about it. Like, some people just don't communicate well to people. But then some people, they don't take care of themselves physically. Hygiene. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many different things of why I choose certain people and why I don't. Yeah. Because you don't know how to watch your mouth. You want to challenge everything that somebody say, and you just a guitar player.
Right.
You don't say a word. Well. You stop talking because this is not your thing. So,
or you don't know how. You may have some very valid, incredible, and valuable information, but you don't need to go straight to the artist if they don't know you, especially.
Thank you.
And you don't need to go around the MD. You don't need to go around the producer.
Nope. No etiquette.
It's like read the room.
Read the room.
Read the room. I was in the room. I got my understudy. He plays bass. I told him, I said, I was working on a Timeless song. I said, hey, bro, I'm working Timeless. You can be in the studio. Come with me. He's like, you sure? I didn't have to tell him. I didn't coach him anything. This was coached before. He sat in that corner, didn't say a word. Tamla had to go to him and say, hey, son, who are you? What's your name?
Because there is a value that can't even be. You can't even put value on access.
That's right.
If somebody gives you access, you gotta protect that like nobody's business.
Man, that's worth more than anything, bro.
You just because you had access to the room, you gotta be able to absorb everything that's happening in the room and stay in your lane.
We was just talking about somebody, and you said I can't give him that credit. But you gave him the access, bro. That's why I said you can. You just proved what I said.
I think having that access and experience gives you opportunity to be able to see things from a different light. Like I talked about the R&B world, and I think it's pretty simple. But when it came to the gospel world, to that same point, we were making records for the 97%. Yeah, we're making records for every worshiper, from the huge church to the storefront, and even the person sitting in their living rorom.
That's right.
That's so good. That's right. Especially nowadays, streaming, bro.
Living room,
So
Bedside Baptist.
Being able to do that was great, and I mean, I think, when you get access to something, it's also saying that you trust it with this platform.
That's it. That's it.
That's heavy.
If Kenny called me for something, I have to protect him.
Yeah.
Along with myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I have to do that situation. If I choose to take it as a referral from Kenny, I'm going to kill it because he trusted me enough with that call.
And it's his name.
And it's his name as well as mine.
And I know that. And I know he going to kill it. I know he can kill it.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to. So a lot of people will go into him not feeling like they deserve it or deserve to be there.
100%.
Wow. And so they'll be like, man, why am I even in this room?
Yeah.
Like, because we see something in you.
Somebody
saw something in me and put me on my very first gig ever was Karen Clark when Kiara was when God says go.
Wow. The repeat Karen
Yeah.
I call her the repeat Karen. Repeat Karen. And she killed it.
Yeah. So, but I'm like, man, I'm just like, I haven't been playing that long.
Yeah.
Ivan Powell, God rest his soul, with a great,
man, we was just
one of the greatest to ever.
We were just talking about him yesterday.
Grace an instrument, called me and put me on a Karen Clark gig, and I'm like, man, I gotta show up.
Yeah.
Not just on this instrument, like. I need to be able to be somebody they were like, oh man, that guy was cool.
Yeah.
Kenny, great people.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
That's what you want.
5-star
good
review.
people. Great musician,
we'll
even greater
recommend.
person.
Yeah. Yep, I saw somebody say you got different levels. You got A and you got B musicians. So from a skill standpoint, A and B level musicians are the same. But what makes them an A versus a B is their personality.
Come on.
How they
not their skill.
Yeah, not the skill set. Yeah. So I'm gonna call B players. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? It's just that's what I'm sorry. That's what makes an A player is their skill set. Not because you can play better than the next person.
Yeah,
exactly.
There's some guys that can't talk. They don't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
Can outplay the A players. But they'll never get in the room because they got so many different things missing. They don't know what a spreadsheet is. They don't know how to create a budget. We talking about budget. That's why I was gonna get into that.
That's why I want you to let you have it, Bishop.
You don't understand how to use spreadsheet, how to allocate the budget like you were just talking about. It's so many different things.
Run that process down. What is that like? What does that look like? You get an artist. Well, what is or whatever the case may be.
Introducing the revolutionary plug-in for the 21st century. The ultimate solution to all your creative needs. Question: are you tired of hitting roadblocks in your creative process? I know I was. Do you yearn for sounds that would take your production to new heights? Well, I'm here to tell you, look no further. With my cutting-edge plug-in, your brain will be firing on all cylinders, unlocking a world of endless possibilities. Imagine effortlessly finding drum patterns with the perfect melodies, effortlessly creating live arrangements that leave a lasting impression on your audience. And let's not forget about this heartfelt chords that tug at the heartstring. This plugin is not just any ordinary tool. It's a game changer that will revolutionize your music production experience. With this intuitive interface and powerful features, it's like having a personal assistant dedicated to taking your music to the next level. Yeah, new heights. So I ask you today, are you ready to unlock your full creative potential? I know I am. So I say don't settle for anything less than extraordinary. Get your hands on this plugin. It's the future, and watch your music soar to the new heights. The possibilities are limitless. I give you the world of Juice by D-Lo.
D-Lo got the juice, D-Lo got the juice, got the juice, everybody get the juice, everybody get the juice.
I'm gonna talk vision before I talk a number.
Yeah.
I gotta know what you're trying to do.
That's good.
Because I need to know if the budget given to me fits that. Because a lot of people can say, I want this and this and this and this. And then when they present the budget, that don't speak the same language. Them two don't add up.
This is what we can do.
This is what we can do.
This what we
We're
can
gonna
do.
get rid of all them cameras you wanted. Everybody got an iPhone.
iPhone cameras.
We just saved in that budget.
That's right.
Which is an extreme example, but it's literally what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, you have to bring them down. You have to bring them to reality.
I need to know what I'm working on.
Yeah.
You
You
know
know
what
what's
I'm
even more dangerous though? The bigger budgets.
Ooh.
Because that money, it starts
it's
dwindling
ballooned.
away
It just
because you
goes
know
away.
you kind of got it.
You think it's
And then
there.
at the end of the day, you need another.
Yeah.
And you like, man, I spent that much on lunch.
Oh my God.
Because when we're talking about producers, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Producers do more than just make music.
Yes, sir.
Come on, Chief.
When they call you to produce a record, you are responsible for the big picture.
Yep, the big
I was
picture.
doing this record one time.
Man.
I hope they don't mind me using names, but it's a great example. I was doing Bishop William Murphy's record, and this what really kind of broke my mindset about. Like at the time, I thought the producer was the MD, which he could be.
He could be. He can do
Was
both.
the arranger, which he could be.
He could be.
But-
But it don't have to be.
Or yeah, those are different hats that some producers wear.
Yeah.
And so I'm working on Bishop Murphy's record. I'm trying to think of the name of the record right now. But anyway, Aaron Lindsay's producing it.
Yeah.
Aaron Lindsay is standing in the back of the rehearsal room all day.
Wow. He ain't touching that.
Why he ain't playing?
Yeah.
He ain't
said nothing to
coming
nobody.
up with the arrangements. And he would step in and be like, hey, I wanted to feel a little more like this. Let's take this approach.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And
Paris
I'm like,
told me a similar story. Yep.
and I'm like, why? Like, let's make it make sense, right?
Yeah.
Like, I want to make it make sense. So then I'm doing the Grammys, and Ray Chu is the band leader. He not playing mains. He's directing pretty much most. I'm like, man,
Communicating. Yep.
what am I missing? And then I had to produce a record, HPP, and Heart Passion Pursuit.
Yeah.
And you really, this is my first like big, production, and you realize how much weight is on the producer. I can't really pay attention to vocals the way I need to pay attention to them if I'm stuck in band rehearsals all day. And vice versa.
I'm so glad you said this.
Nor can I really pay attention to my artists if I'm stuck in band rehearsals all day.
Yep.
And then when I leave, I gotta reconfigure Ableton or Pro Tools or whatever it is you use. And now I'm spending more time doing that.
Yeah.
And so in my mind, I was like, that's why somebody else is doing tracks. That's why somebody else is on mains.
Yep.
That's because I need to be able to
Not
float
because
around.
you can't.
Not because you can't. But because you're wise.
Because you shouldn't. And that's my thing, is there are way more things to be concerned about with my bandwidth, the little that I have when in production week. You know what I mean? And so see, here's another point. Like, if you're the keys player, and everybody's different, some people got the bandwidth. I don't, and I know I don't. I can't be the best to my role as a keyboard player if my mind is thinking about, man, is Danny hitting that record back there?
Wow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Is
it Tasha or is Todd Delaney in a good headspace before they come out on that stage?
Exactly.
That means
Did somebody bring a tambourine to this session? I'm sorry.
On.
Who got the tambourine?
Oh my
Stop
God.
bringing tambourines. Unless you are Aaron Draper.
Yes. Unless.
Do not show up.
Don't do
pull
it.
up with a tambourine.
We got that. We got that. All right,
Yeah,
it's in
we'll-
the track.
Loop elements.
It's in the loop elements.
Here's the bigger picture, though. Like, I think we want to really kind of broaden people's perspective on what the producer really is.
I agree.
And what their main roles are,
Yep.
because that can affect what you get, your end product, but also can affect what you ask. Because as a producer, we talking about budget.
Yeah.
I know I ain't got the budget to spread this out.
Wow.
So I gotta be the MD.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't pay, now for an arrangement this time or whoever.
Yeah. Can't hire Roy Cotton to do it.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And so, that's how you play the budget.
right.
Or you may choose to do that, but you're going to have to.
You're going to take home less at the end of the day.
Yep.
Right. Or you'll either take home less or you just got to know how to work the budget so that you pull it from other places.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's reconfigure that budget, man. Repurpose it.
Yeah.
Is what I call it.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, instead of having 9 singers on the stage for the night that I'm not going to even use those live vocals anyway.
Right.
Let's just say I have 3 vocals on the stage and save that for the post-production.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Or use this to do my string budget. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Instead of using, because you got to think. Like, I told them the other day, man, I said producers are just, their job is more to fix the problems and have foresight, that a problem could happen.
Yeah.
And take care of that problem before it manifests.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I anticipate this because I got so many experiences with this problem. I'm planning for it.
Right.
This can happen. I need a redundancy recording situation.
Right.
Wow.
Where's your second recording unit?
Always.
Always. Where's number 2?
Always. I always have a second red
Yes.
unread.
Yes.
I don't care if it's tracks live.
I don't care if it's tracks live.
I don't care what it is. You better have
a
something.
redundancy.
Because stuff happens.
It happens.
Dude, I got back a session one time and the whole primary recording was like, it was static the whole way through.
I know it.
And if I didn't have a redundancy,
No.
You was done.
Jamel
What
was,
you gonna tell him?
He was just messing with me a minute ago when we finished your recording in there, and you was like, "You don't play." As soon as that, soon as he press stop on the recorder. I was pulling out the SD cards, putting them in, backing them up to Dropbox.
Yeah.
I have a cloud drive that I'm backing it up instantly because I've had experiences where drives got lost.
That's right.
Drives fell out. And a teacher in school told me one time, he said, if it only exists in one place, it does not exist. Yo, thank you for watching that exclusive clip from the Hangout Podcast. We drop these on the channel on Wednesdays, and we appreciate you guys for taking out the time and watching this. If you're interested in seeing more of these exclusive interviews that we have, make sure you check out the playlist over here. If you're interested in taking your production, mixing, or whatever to the next level, make sure you hit the links down below in the description. All right, we'll talk to you guys on the next one. I'm out. Holla at your boy.